Well, they didn't do that one at all.
D-.
When you look at a situation where Manu and Tony got point-blank layups, you got to say with the Hawks, definitely did a poor job with that. Beat them with the pass, and I think, when you look at it as a situation, the Hawks moved it around not enough. They tried to move it around, but I think they were so much back on their heels defensively, they never could get into a rhythm. And keeping them off the offensive rebounds, the Hawks did a great job in that because there was no missed field goals from the Spurs because they got all layups.
It was all San Antonio in that first half. Anthony Johnson to Joe Johnson. Josh Smith, Zaza Pachulia, Marvin Williams out there for the Hawks. Josh takes that long three and misses it. Rebound in the backcourt to Josh Smith. Josh will drive it, dish it, and Pachulia misses. Duncan rebounds.
Zaza trying to draw the contact instead of just going up and making an easy layup. Tim Duncan was letting him have that one. Look at that luxury by the Spurs. Finley had nothing. Just throw it back to the big fundamental. And nope, I almost got a chance to say it. Doom off the glass. But an offensive rebound on a rare miss. You can't let them get a second chance to run their offense.
Finley bounce down to Duncan. He's missed two. And the Hawks come the other way with Anthony Johnson. Josh Smith up and off, tipped out to Marvin.
Good job by Marvin. Keeping that possession live.
Marvin looking good. That's 12 for Williams. And we mentioned it earlier. Bears repeating if you're just joining us tonight. Marvin, food poisoning earlier today on the trainer's table, taking a pregame IV to get the fluids back. And Marvin has gone out there and played 19 minutes so far. Duncan challenges Josh Smith and loses. Young Josh comes up with the block, the league leader in that category.
Good block.
Zaza couldn't connect.
I think this is the time for the Hawks. You got to make your run right now. The Spurs not really in sync right now offensively, missing a lot of shots.
And Parker hit on the arm by Anthony Johnson. AJ's first. Mike Woodson, his guard cord depleted tonight without Lou, Stoudemire, and Law. And Anthony Johnson has played only 2 games this season, being asked to chase Tony Parker over.
I mean, that's a tough task. And unfortunately for the Hawks, Josh Smith has picked up another foul.
Number 3 on Josh.
Ball watching again.
Oberto lays it in.
Just love this matchup. Offense versus defense. Joe versus Bruce.
Pachulia banging bodies, too strong off the glass. And Finley rebounds. Michael Finley, a very deep 3, and he hits it.
Wow. It was down the wings of the Hawks. That blue tip. He shot that one from a long way.
20-point lead for the Spurs. Pachulia. 6 for Zaza. One of the many things that makes San Antonio special, their general manager, R.C. Buford. This is the best-run organization in pro sports, certainly in our league, and unmatched to run a success when you talk about winning percentage and what they've done since Duncan arrived. Oberto going inside. I always felt like, Smitty, that San Antonio was a step ahead of everybody when it came to the international game. We'll talk more about that after the timeout. 8:25 to go, third quarter. San Antonio continues to pour it on. It's the Spurs 68 and the Hawks 48 on FSN South. Time for tonight's Kia Atlanta South surprising moment of the game. Surprising in the fact that Marvin Williams was able to tee it up tonight.
Yeah, we didn't think he was going to get a chance to go with the food poisoning. I love what Marvin did is showed his teammates, hey, I'm with you guys. And you know what? He's putting together a pretty big-time performance with a guy who's, you know, a little bit under the weather. Shooting the ball well. I mean, Woody's doing a good job of spotting his minutes in and out. But 5 of 10, 12 points, 2 rebounds. Fine job from Marvin.
Marvin's increased his scoring each year in the league. This is his 3rd season. He was 8.5 as a rookie, up to 13 last year. 16.9 so far this year. The shooting percentage has risen along with the points.
Taking good shot, quality shots. All of them in rhythm and at his pace.
Al Horford giving it to Joe. 3 on the shot clock. Josh Smith over Duncan. And over the glass to San Antonio. Josh Smith, and I think it's one of the maddening things of youth. How one night in Milwaukee, of course it's a different defense and players, but that aside, how you can have 38 one night and hardly miss a shot, and then the next night turn around and shoot 2 for 11.
Well, the biggest thing is I think he's not doing what he did against Milwaukee. Is dry the basketball. The Spurs defense, yeah, much better than Milwaukee, but you got to keep attacking. Good things happen when you keep driving it.
And that's the mark of the Spurs. They take great shots all the time. Joe trying to get it rolling. Hits one from the baseline. A very quiet 10 for Joe. 68-50. What are their practices like, Steve?
Oh, I mean, let me tell you, so much detail. Situation just to shoot around. Every guy has to name the guy he's guarding and tell the guy's tendencies, his weakness, his advantages.
Anthony Johnson fouling Tony Parker.
Go ahead.
That's a hard one. AJ took that one. Welcome to the NBA.
So Tony shakes it off and heads to the foul line. How would you mention the practices for San Antonio and how you are quizzed on your opponent? Tony Parker hitting the free throw. Tonight's game in HD can be seen on the following channels: 370 on Dish, 630-1 DirecTV, and Comcast channel 876. Let's check the local listings for your HD channel where available.
I mean, Bob, they go over and over in plays, not for just the starters, but for everybody's on that team to understand how we're playing it. And if this situation works, what we're going to go to plan B. And it's drilled and a lot of film work.
Josh Smith to the hole. That's 9 for Josh. 70-52. So when you're with the Spurs, sort of like being back in school.
I mean, you got to be ready.
Finley for 3. Anthony Johnson goes to Joe, to the trailing Josh Smith. Up short. Parker spins it over to Ginobili, who reverses and scores.
That was a beautiful play. Got everybody flying by, jumping, and just laid it off to his backcourt partner, Manu.
Josh Smith puts up another wild shot, but bailed out on the whistle. Foul on Oberto.
Look at this, Bob. AJ did a good job of cutting him off. But look at his balance to go up, get Joe up. Then here comes flying Josh. And Manu got Horford up.
It's our delivery of the game, brought to you by UPS.
That was nice. Woo! That was 2 on 5. And they got it done.
Josh Smith headed to the free throw line. Childress in, and Marvin Williams out. Josh Smith moving up on the all-time Atlanta career block shot list. Now number 5. Fourth on that list is Danny Roundfield. All-time block shot leader in Atlanta, Tree Rollins. He'll take Joshua Wild to catch Tree. And over 2,000 blocks. 72-54.
In his young career, he has a chance.
Fastest in terms of his age to 500 blocks. Parker. Boy, Tony is just having a night. 25. 2 off his season high and 8 assists.
I mean, AJ did the right thing. In the past, you give him a step, but now he's shooting jump shots where you got to get up. I mean, what can you do?
Al Horford. First jumper of the night that Horford's knocked down. Al with 5. 74-56. Deflected, but Ginobili controls.
Whoa.
Duncan touches it to Alberto for the lay-in.
I mean, Tim Duncan, as far as stats, you look at it, haven't done much, you know, just a real slow night. But his presence and him being unselfish, he's gearing up for the second half. He's going to play now in the first half, but not worrying about his points right now.
Nothing for Childress. Alberto's got it. Now Finley. Parker, good again.
He is putting on a one-man layup drill.
Layup after layup after layup. Tony Parker with 27. And the San Antonio lead goes to 22. 6 San Antonio. This is the Hawks' 40th year in Atlanta. And one major piece of the history of this franchise, they've always had great shot blockers come through here. Young Josh Smith creeping up on the list. The next man in his sights is Dan Ronfield.
He is walking him down.
John Koncak, number 3 on the list, was 747.
He did it without jumping.
And Dikembe Mutombo with over 1,000 in his Atlanta tenure. Man does not fly.
Does not fly in the house.
And the all-time leader, Tree Rollins, 2,283.
Tree, whoa, look how high he got up.
Got the doctor twice.
He's going to get it. Josh Smith leading the whole entire league from basically a small forward position.
He and Camby were 1-2 last year.
That's incredible.
Horford into the paint. Strong move by the rookie.
Has a good feel.
78-58. John Vaughn in the ball game now for Tony Parker. Here's Ginobili. Finley for 3. Tim got a hand on it. Ginobili going for the steal, couldn't get it. Now Mario West for Atlanta.
Basically tackled.
Nothing for Horford, nothing for Horford. Jump ball. I mean, Duncan just had it measured. Kept his feet, was just waiting for Al to jump.
That's tough for Al. Didn't have too much real estate underneath the basket. Had 3 defenders, Tim, Bonner, in the basket because he was right under, and it was hard for him to try to get it up. And Tim Duncan being 7 feet, which he doesn't like to be called 7-footer, it's tough.
Tap was stolen by Mr. Duncan, so Atlanta will have the basketball inside court.
Tim Duncan had to steal a jump ball.
What have we come to?
I know. It's the rookie. Well, Spurs showing a little zone.
Josh Smith rolls it over the rim, and I believe Josh committed the foul. Yes, that's number 4 on Josh Smith.
House foul, Josh Smith. It's 4. Team 4.
When you look at it right now, the Hawks have to try to speed this game up in some kind of way.
Matt Bonner on the deck. Here's Vaughn getting a shot. That's a 2 that's no good. Joe Johnson has been just a workhorse since coming to the Hawks from Phoenix. Turns it over here. Duncan gets it back. Now to Vaughn. And a Mario West foul. His second.
Tough call for Mario.
That puts the Hawks over the limit.
Trying to get up and just defend, and Joey Crawford caught him. And they had a pretty good possession, trying to speed the Spurs up, getting their hand on some deflection, but now they get the chance to go to the free throw line.
Jack Vaughn, a couple of tours of duty with the Hawks. 2-for-1 Tuesdays are back at the Highlight Factory. Purchase 2-for-1 tickets in select locations when the Hawks battled the Detroit Pistons on Tuesday, December 4th. For tickets, visit Hawks.com or call 1-800-4NBA-TICKS. Uncle Finley, Tim Duncan, Tony Parker on the San Antonio bench. Udoka back in. Elson back in. Jack Vaughn was last year in the 03-04 season, and not one player is on the Hawks team that played with Jack Vaughn that season.
That was just a couple of years ago, really. Clean house.
(80-58). Childress loads up. Mario West crashing to get the offensive board. Two and a half remaining. Third quarter. AJ for 3. Around the rim and out. And Ginobili's got the rebound. Foul on Mario West.
Hawks foul, Mario West. His third.
Mario West is doing a good job of trying to be aggressive, trying to pick up the intensity. But just caught him with his hands in the cookie basket a little bit too much. Got to keep his hands off.
Manu Ginobili, now 30 years old. And the worldwide reach of the NBA and how popular our game is around the world. As you know, coming from Argentina, a soccer nation, but here is the most popular athlete in the country.
And for good reason. He won championships on an international level. Got a chance to beat Team USA. He's done it all.
Childress jumps it out to Mario. And he's fouled. John Vaughn. Nope. Foul's going to be on Udoka. And that will send Mario West to the line. I'd like to welcome everyone watching Coast to Coast on NBA TV tonight. Here's a great story. Mario West. He was a walk-on at Georgia Tech from the Atlanta suburb of Douglasville, Georgia. Made a name for himself under Paul Hewitt with the Yellow Jackets and played summer league ball for the Hawks. Was the last man taken to the summer league team out in Salt Lake City and made the ball club in camp. And Mario West is a great example. You've got a dream to play in the NBA. Don't give up on that dream.
Not at all. And he works very hard.
And Mario getting physical with Ginobili. And that's his fourth foul.
I mean, you look at it, Ginobili cuts so hard, and Mario, all he's trying to do is beat him to the spot and use his strength. But, you know, the vet and the crafty player by Manu is going to get the benefit of that call. I think Mario West has to probably keep his hands off on him. The refs are looking at him, and they don't know Mario's style yet. You know, guys like Bruce Bowen can get away with it because they see it night in and night out. And as referees get used to Mario, he'll be able to get away from some of those plays.
Let's send it over to James Verrett.
A little bit to add on with Mario West. Before he made the team, he was staying at the Omni Hotel. They let him stay there a little while longer right after he made the team. And instead of moving into, you know, a more lavish apartment or a condo, he says he's going back home to stay in his old room at home in Douglasville.
Nothing wrong with that, James. I'll tell you what. 3 hots and a cot. That'll work. Mario to the bucket.
You gotta love it. I love watching this kid play, the intensity, and not too many people can stay in front of Manu Ginobili in the open court. Not only did he stay in front of him, he got a chance to steal the ball and take it coast to coast and get himself a layup.
And he comes up with a steal.
Mario West, love it, yes. Jump on that bandwagon, Hawks. He's showing some intensity.
A timeout with 1:03 to go, called by the Spurs. And then a night where the Hawks have struggled from start to finish. The 15th man on the roster injects a little life.
Yes, look at Mario. Just determination, desire. Just want to play hard. Just play hard and good things will happen.
Got his management degree at Georgia Tech. You see him get up in the air. Last year, the Final Four was here in Atlanta, and Mario West won the slam dunk competition here. He beat Bruce Petway from Michigan to win that dunk contest. So he can get up in the air.
Yes, he can. I mean, that dunk right there, he just laid it in. You know, don't want to get too fancy when you're trying to make yourself on the ball club, but I've seen him go way high at Georgia Tech, and like you said in that dunk contest, everybody picked Petway from Michigan to win. But Mario West beat out Petway, who everybody thought was going to win it.
It's a great story. There's no doubt about it. Mario West out of Douglasville, Georgia, in the NBA. We're going to make it our forward edge of your seat play.
Look at this defensive stop and the presence to stay in front of a guy, the herky-jerky Manu, but then push it. Look at the strength. I mean, he could have been a linebacker, a D-back. Mario West can do anything athletic. Great body, and look at this steal. You gotta love the intensity from Mario West.
.103 remaining in this third quarter. San Antonio still comfortably ahead. It does not matter the lead. Coach Popovich is going to demand intensity and perfection.
He is, and he wants you to play the right way and want these guys to understand, hey, you just don't take off plays. You don't take off nights. You play the basketball game the right way for 48 minutes.
It's interesting, of course, and this is a story that's gotten a lot of play and will, of course, when the playoffs begin next year. San Antonio with its 4 championships, but they haven't been able to go back-to-back. That's the challenge for this team this year.
You got to find some kind of challenge, but you get 4 rings and people say you haven't went back-to-back. I'll take them every other year.
Me too. Only the Celtics with 16, the Lakers with 14, and the Bulls with 6 have more championships than the San Antonio Spurs. 83-63, a minute to go in the third quarter. John Vaughn to Matt Bonner, the pride of New Hampshire. Whole state rooting for him. Here's Elson, up and off. Bonner kept alive, but Mario West rebounds. And it comes to Anthony Johnson.
Elson's doing a good job keeping Horford out that paint.
Tough inside, and now Horford scores.
But it's hard because the kid, when he wants to get down there and get dirty, he is strong.
Now we've got a whistle, and Rodney Mott has discovered an error in the shot clock. Here's a look at Al through the double team.
Making his way, creating space. A nice little baby jump hook he has. He doesn't extend it, he keeps it compact, and he goes up strong.
3rd overall pick in the draft. As we mentioned earlier, he's been a big rebounder with 15 against the Suns. He's been in double figures in rebounding 6 different times for the Hawks and has led the team in rebounding 7 different occasions. He had 10 boards in his debut. It was the most for a Hawk rookie in 15 years. And he's atop the heap by a wide margin among NBA rookies.
He is. I mean, he's the guy in this draft is slated to do the dirty work, and you look at it, there's not a guy close. But he's not a banger. I don't think he'll be able to catch him. And the way Al Horford plays and is relentless, I think we can It's fair to say he'll probably win that rebound in rookie. Best rebounder as a rookie.
Ginobili behind the back in the paint, gets rid of it to an open Jock Vaughn.
Good contest by Mario West.
Anthony Johnson with the heave from three-quarter court, and the third quarter is in the books. Hawks with a little bit of a spurt there, 7-1 to end the period, but still a big uphill battle. We played 3, San Antonio 83 and Atlanta 65. Champion, the San Antonio Spurs tonight at Phillips Arena. And quite the challenge. Hawks depleted in the guard ranks with Lou, Stoudemire, and Law out. And San Antonio ran its offense to perfection. Tony Parker spectacular with a 17-point second quarter. And the Spurs have a huge lead on Josh Smith and the Hawks, 83-65, as we begin the fourth quarter. Bob Rathbun, Steve Smith, James Verrett, with Dominique Wilkins and Jerome Jaranovich here at Phillips Arena in Atlanta. Spurs with the basketball as we play the final 12.
Try to make a run the Hawks early. You can't let this be a grinded out game because of the lead of the Spurs. It'd be impossible to come out. You got to get going right now if you're the Hawks.
And Josh Childress goes to work. Elson tried to take the charge, no whistle. And Josh with 9.
I don't like when big 7-footers try to take a charge on the guard. Got to go up and try to get it blocked.
Speaking from experience. Here's Mario West, number 5. Here's Josh. Moment ago.
She'll go right at him. Big guy taking a charge.
Ginobili getting it back and fouled again. And that's going to be on Mario, and he's fouled out of the game. Fans don't like this when you hear the boos. They love the energy that Mario brought tonight.
I do too. I'm clapping too because the kid played hard. People appreciate people who go out and play hard.
Ginobili bounced it off his leg out of bounds. 83-67. Horford out of the double. Marvin shooting, hitting.
There we go.
Marvin Williams with 14. The Hawks trying to make a game of it.
Crowd getting into it. They like the hustle.
83-69 San Antonio.
You know, you can't just wake up when you get down like this. You got to bring this early in the game, but you still have time.
Trying to make this move against the second unit. Udoka steps in the pocket and misses. Rebound Atlanta. Ginobili knocks it away. And in the hands of Atlanta Spirit's co-owner, Michael Guerin Jr., sitting next to Dad tonight. Made a nice catch. Michael's got good hands.
Got good hands over there. Saved his dad.
I know Michael Sr. appreciates that.
Yeah. You see Popovich going right back to Tony Parker. Feel the momentum is changing just a little in the Hawks' favor.
Al Horford up and off. And Tony back in there, handling it at the point, as you mentioned. Parker's been spectacular. Ginobili, nothing there. Parker at 6. Ginobili, pass to the corner, and Udoka misses. Marvin the rebound. Lost the dribble. Elson takes it back. He went behind his back, and it cost him. Trying to gain control of the ball and his balance. Spurs get another chance at it as Parker ends up with Horford in a mismatch in the corner.
Gotta help him.
And Tony's got that down. Spurs wanted a goaltend, no whistle.
It looked close. It looked like he got it off the glass.
Joe up and in. A dozen for Joe Johnson. And Mr. Popovich is getting a little concerned.
I think number 21 will be coming back in. The Spurs don't score on this possession, and the Hawks score.
13-1, Atlanta run.
Listen to this crowd appreciating these Hawks trying to come back. Yes.
Horford with the block and Marvin the rebound. Now Anthony Johnson gives to Marvin. Stop and pop. Rebound Udoka. Now to Parker. 8.5 to play. AJ goes down. Loose ball. Parker's got it. Tony driving. Nothing. To the corner. Udoka 3. No. Rebound Horford. He gives it out to Anthony Johnson. AJ missed the jam. Horford runs it down, and he can't handle it.
Wow. Ooh, if you could have put that one down, AJ, you cut it to 10.
And did all the hard work to get there. A timeout with 8:08 to go in the ball game, and the Hawks on the comeback trail. Could have used that too, that's for sure. Back after this. Around the hustle of Mario West. Time for tonight's Advance Auto Parts best performance of the game. He's fouled out of the contest. He scored only 5, but Mario West turned the attitude around.
He did, Bob, and you know what? Like you say, he's already fouled out, but he's the reason he got these other Hawks to start to show some life. Mario West, and like we all say, we give him best performance just because of his attitude and his energy and his approach to this game. You keep playing hard at all times.
A 13-1 run sparked by the rookie. And it has gotten Mr. Duncan back in the ball game.
And Mr. Bourne and
Yes.
Mr. Finley.
A lot of familiar faces came back. 83-71. But sometimes, Mr. Smith, even the best have a hard time turning the switch back on. Parker down to 3 seconds. Tony leans in and banks home an impossible shot. Wow.
Hawks did everything right. Al Horford got switched out on Tony, didn't go for a pump fake. Tony trying to draw the foul, stayed down. He just made a miracle shot.
New season high for Tony Parker with 29. Joe trying to get him back. Drives in, arcs it up, and over Duncan good. 14 for Joe Johnson, 85-73.
I think Joe has to be very, very aggressive right now. He has to get the better of Bruce Bourne in this matchup. Right now, if the Hawks gonna have a chance.
Shot clock at 10. And again, it's Tony Parker. Not this time. Horford boards over to Joe. Boy, just the psychological boost it would give the Hawks to get this thing down to 10 or maybe 9 on a 3. Joe, got it.
Joe Johnson, he did the correct thing against Bruce Bourne. You don't want to play with him out on the perimeter. You want to get him down on that box and use your strength.
85-75. Crowd screaming defense. 17,025 at Phillips tonight. And a kick resets the shot clock to 14. Josh Smith is in, and Anthony Johnson exits.
You know, right here, this is Bruce Bourne's advantage. But now you get down here, his strength, Joe Johnson, now is his advantage. Joe has to keep going to that until a double team comes, trust his teammates, and keep being aggressive.
Finley firing. Michael Finley with 10. 12 points, San Antonio lead.
The biggest key right now, how much do the Hawks have left to keep going at the Spurs who have been resting? They're starting 5. That's going to be a key to watch, to how much gas do they have left to keep this going.
Parker, that's what he does so well. Fourth quarter, Taking it right to the hole. Timeout, Atlanta. 31 for Tony Parker. His quickness in the blink of an eye. Latest I heard this afternoon, Stephon Marbury back in the starting lineup for the Knicks.
Back in the starting lineup. What do you know?
Here's a guy that's in the starting lineup every night, and he has had a magnificent run in this one. 31 points for Tony Parker.
Layup after layup after layup.
Ron Olisiak checking in at the table, and here we go. Spurs set up the pressure. Childress effectively operating at the point. Josh Smith, though, bringing it up. Bruce Bowen banging into Josh Smith, being a pest. He's good at that.
He's a pest. This is where Joe, his strength, got to take over.
Oh, what a shot. Joe Johnson out of the corner. 8 points in the fourth. A beautiful fade. 89-77.
When all fails, go down to this guy.
Duncan spinning on the rookie and scoring. Josh Smith a little late.
A little late, but Josh almost got there. But that just shows Tim Duncan his ability. Took his time and quick spin. Got Al Horford off balance.
Duncan with 11. Horford trying to get him back. Second opportunity with Duncan there. Scores it. Good tough two for Horford.
That kid can score.
Now Horford tonight off the bench with 11 points, 8 rebounds.
In tight situations, he just comes up with baskets. His strength.
He knows his way around in that paint.
See the Hawks go to him just a little bit more. Does a good job of scoring against bigger guys.
Finley to Bowen. Baseline runner doesn't go. Rebound Josh Smith. The Hawks are running. Josh bounce across. Throws it away. Thought he was hit on the arm, but no whistle.
I thought he was too. I think Bruce Bowen got him on his arm coming back. Yeah, he did, but I don't know if you can say that affected the ball going out. It should have been a foul, but it wasn't off the Spurs.
Parker. Second opportunity. Tony calls the play. 3:50 left in the game. Duncan's pass out of the double team is picked off by Marvin Williams. 16 for Marvin. 91-81.
Well, I'm looking at Popovich. He's called 4-down lift to give Tim Duncan a lot of room on that post.
Before the shot, the foul on Horford is his third.
And what I mean by lift, Bob, is you get all your players above the three-point line and give your MVP player a chance to work by himself.
Timeout at Phillips with 3:26 to play. 26 remaining here in this fourth quarter. And as you take a look at the balance of this ball game, it has really been the Tony Parker show.
It has. I mean, they have some great players. Manu had a run, but it's been Tony Parker getting into the paint of the Atlanta Hawks, scoring baskets after basket. Hawks had a little run, and he came right back in where he left off because he's fresh and he's good. Get into that paint. He's causing trouble for the Hawks.
And such a quickness advantage.
It is. I mean, I have to take my hat off to Anthony Johnson, a guy who's played a whole bunch of minutes and trying to stay in front of Tony Parker. Done a decent job, but when these guys get rolling, it's a situation where it's hard. I mean, for AJ, doesn't really have a backup point guard tonight, trying to do a makeshift with Josh Childress and other guys. AJ's done a pretty good job, but that just shows you how good Tony Parker is.
Here's Anthony back out there for the Hawks with 3:25 to play. Tim Duncan puts it up short, but popped out to Parker.
Oh, Berto, those little things, he just knocked it back out. to his teammates for another chance at a go at it.
A real blue-collar worker, the third-year man from Argentina. Duncan goes in on Horford, gets the whistle, and will shoot two. I thought Tim might settle for the jump shot that time.
Looked like it. But then he decided, hey, let me mosey on in, take my time, draw a foul. Al Horford's done a decent job against Tim Duncan. Even though they haven't really went to Tim Duncan a lot at times, Al Horford has held his own down there with the big fundamental.
The Spurs have won 8 of 10 so far this season. Another amazing number on Tim Duncan. The fact that he's got more regular season wins than any current player in the NBA. In his 11th year out of Wake Forest, a below average night by those numbers, but his presence on the court changes everything. 13 for Tim, and it's 93-81. Duncan's all-time record in Atlanta, 5-4 as a Spur. Josh Smith. Shot selection questionable. 93-81.
And the Spurs team missing Robert Horry. You add him to the mix, this team is pretty good. Ginobili
on his first bucket of the fourth quarter, 19 for the game. 95-81. 2:15 to go. Again, Josh Smith trying to go through two people. Josh Smith is 3 for 16 tonight.
Not good decisions. I think you got to look at with all these length and all these guys coming to help. You got to give it up.
Parker. Hey, a 3 for Tim.
What is Tim Duncan doing? Got himself a 3. Attempt, not a make. Attempt.
Foul coming on Bowen.
The second.
Now the three-point specialist, Barry, trying to help him out.
Trying to coach him. Didn't get your legs into it. You didn't follow through. Tim said, okay, yep, next time.
Solomon Jones coming in for Atlanta. Jock Vaughn for San Antonio. With 1:33 remaining. Spurs host Orlando tomorrow night. That should be an interesting game. Haven't the Magic played just a great first couple of weeks of the season? They have been outstanding on the road.
On the road, getting wins.
Joe Johnson now with 20. 95-83 San Antonio.
And the Spurs like this kid, Darius Washington. He's done a good job of coming in and running his ball club when Jock Vaughn was out early couple games. They say he play hard and he's a fierce competitor.
Josh Smith the steal. Trying to go to Solomon Jones, and it's out of bounds. Our Safe Auto player of the game tonight is Tony Parker. Game changer in this 35th year of Spurs basketball that began in the ABA. Tony Parker, 31 tonight on 13 of 20 shooting.
Brent Berry helping him out with a little massage. He didn't play tonight. They have a lot of weapons. Just a little banged up, so Pop got him some rest.
Greg Popovich expertly managing the minutes of this team. Travel.
Francisco tried to throw himself an alley-oop. Just throw it up there and then run and go get it. Can't do that, Francisco. You got to let somebody else touch it.
95-83 Spurs. Joe for 3. And Bonner the rebound. Darius Washington was an invitee to Spurs camp. Made the ball club 2 years at the University of Memphis. 95-83. Washington at the end of the clock. And Elson was out of bounds on liftoff. 5.3, and the San Antonio Spurs will improve to 9-2, 3-2 on the road, and send the Hawks down to 3-7 with an Atlanta game at Miami tomorrow night. A tremendous exhibition in that first half. The Hawks got a spark from Mario West and end up losing by 12. Final score, San Antonio 95 and Atlanta 83. Stay